Good morning, guys. I'm WUSA, Season 3, Episode 270. So, how was that yesterday? Thought we were on our way. We thought we had everything under control, had a nice win at our first stop, and then everything was halted. So, unfortunate, but what are you going to do? I got this nice van that I'm driving today, heading out for the day, and everything should be good. In true cliffhanger form here, we are very few points away from getting what we need for that company, and we are very few dollars away from getting our goal for the year, and hopefully today we top it off. So it should be good today. So right now heading out, and it is 37 degrees outside, just starting my day here. And obviously this vehicle is much quieter than mine, but just leaving for the day, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. Isn't this nice how quiet it is behind me? Wow, that's what it feels like to be rich like everyone else. Alright, so I go into this place, and immediately, first machine I look at, there's a play. It's about $4 a spin. And I'm excited about it because, I'll get points. I don't really need points, but I should make a little bit of money on there. And so I put in 200 to start and fly through that immediately. And then another 200, lose that, and then another 100, and that last 100 gets me there. So I'm in for 500. I'm down about 450 when it hits, and I end up walking away from the machine plus, I think, 83 at that point. And then I found one other play, and I played that one through. That was a cheap one, like at $1 a spin, and I had a nice hit on that one. And really, that was all I could find. I saw a couple people checking machines while I was in there, so I was glad to get those. There are still a couple opportunities in there that are borderline, but they're very high denomination. They're like $27, $13, $15 a spin, and they're borderline, not anything I'm interested in right now. And they don't have any compensating factors that would make it a little bit better, so I let those go. So I just played those two machines, and I ended up leaving the casino ahead $134, so plus 134, and now we're moving on to another place. And actually there might be some cool things coming up here. So today I'm going to be in this area. Tomorrow I'll be working and playing one casino, maybe two. And then Wednesday I'm looking at a possible overnight and possibly going to multiple states. Maybe a total of 1,000 miles plus of driving overnight. And we'll see how that goes, and it's still a work in progress, so I got to think it through and figure out the route and figure out work, because I do have to work on Thursday, so I need to figure out if I'm gone overnight, what meetings I have, and things like that. So that's what's happening right now. You're all caught up. We're moving on to another casino. It's 41 degrees outside, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So I'm telling you right now, this car is awful. Don't buy one of these. This is a Chrysler minivan. It's horrible. So, I figured it's just going to be me driving around, so I just got the cheapest possible car, which happened to be like manager's choice or something. And then when I get there, they're like, would you like a minivan, which usually you pay extra for a minivan, or a Dodge Ram, which I don't want a huge car like that. So I took the minivan, and it smells so bad. It's like marijuana in here. It's like Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's has a sign that says free smells. That's what this is like. Free smells, marijuana. Anyway, and the sound quality in here is horrendous. It's so bad. The call quality is so bad. People say, what's wrong? What's all that noise? It's terrible. So don't get a Chrysler minivan. I've had zero good things to say about it. Anyway, and then as soon as you get back in the van, it picks up whatever you were listening to on your phone, even though you don't even have it open. So, on the good side, I go in, I'm looking around, don't see any slots that are worthwhile. That's fine. Walking around, I decide to go look at blackjack. Blackjack, they have like 4 tables open, all bad rules and all full. So I decide, might as well stand behind here and just back count. Maybe I get a nice high count. It'll make it worth my while. So I stand there, back count, and it's negative the whole time. And there's more people coming to the tables. Now every seat is filled and just can't make any money there. So I check the high limit. There's nothing available. I go find another, I go to another area and look at slots. I found one machine to play and ended up winning $25 on slots. That was it though. Then I went back and looked at blackjack again. Couldn't find anything. Finally found the table, sat down to play. I'm like, I just want a nice, easy day today. I don't want to be sitting here for 8 hours trying to win my money back. So I started off, I lose every hand, 11 hands in a row. So I'm like, this is a great start. But then I have some nice wins. Things start to balance out a little bit. I get a blackjack. So things are okay. And then things balance out. I get back to about even, keep on playing, and finally end up leaving at the end of a shoe ahead $800. So plus 800 on the blackjack, plus 25 on the slots. And then I decided, hey, it's still, it's about lunchtime right now. Might as well go get something to eat. I go stand in the line for the restaurant, and nobody comes for like 10 minutes. So I ended up leaving without any lunch. And right now we're going to move on to another casino and see if we can have some decent luck there as well. And I don't know for a fact here, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right at my goal for the year. Not positive. Might still be a few hundred off. So we're going to keep on going. It's just a goal. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a way to measure your success. So we're going to continue on like normal, try to make money, and I'll be back to update you shortly. All right, guys, I am back. That was pretty useless, actually. I go into this place, I check slots first, nothing. I played one machine, I made $13 on it. Then I looked at low limit blackjack, nothing. High limit blackjack, one table open, $100 minimum, which is fine. But there was a guy on there already. I come around the corner, I'm gonna sit next to this guy, table's reserved. How do you have one table in your high limit and that table is reserved? So one thing I noticed about both of these casinos that I just went to is they seem to be on a skeleton crew right now. Probably a lot of people taking the rest of their vacation time before it expires. So I went back to slots and I'm looking at a machine, and this guy, do I have this on muted? Okay. This guy walks up to me and starts talking to me, and it's one of these degenerates at this place. And he's like, there's nothing here today. I don't know what to do, all this stuff. And I'm like, because he knows very, very, very little. Enough to like get himself in trouble. He's like, what about this? I'm like, what about what? I see nothing. That's good, right? No, it means nothing. Don't you understand? All this time we've talked about this. And and then I'm looking around and I see nothing. I go back, look at the tables again, go back to the high limit again. Now the guy's taking a break and it's still reserved. So whatever. I ended up ahead $13, and that's all I could do there, unfortunately. But it is a very nice day out all of a sudden. The sun is out. It's like kind of like overcast, but mostly sunny overcast type of sky. And 42 degrees outside. So the temperature is okay. You don't really need a coat when the sun is shining and it's 42. No wind outside. So right now I'm going to go get myself something to eat and then figure out what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, wasting a lot of time, not making money right now. But we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go grab some food and then I'll be back and we'll hit another casino. Alright guys, I am back, just leaving this place, and it was okay. I mean, could have been better, but it was kind of busy in there. I found about 5 APs all in one place watching a couple machines. It's like, you guys are idiots. What are you going to do when the machine clears up? You're all going to fight over it? And there was a couple of them that actually had plays. So I didn't really expect much, and I was not disappointed. There really was not much there. So I'm finishing up my tour around, and I see this guy who's always asking everybody for money. He who knows who is an AP and will just follow him around, begging him for $5 here and there, trying to get something to play with, and then he'll play it at like a 40-cent Buffalo machine or something. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, come on. People are giving you free money. At least do something with it. But as I was leaving, I saw the daughter of one of these APs here, and I was talking to her, and then eventually to him. But so she was telling me that her dad now has been doing this for like 2 or 3 years, and now she's doing it, and now her sister is doing it. So they're all at this place. And later on, I run into him, and he's telling me he's like plus 140,000 lifetime over the last 3 years, and all of it's in CDs. He doesn't spend any of the money. He doesn't need it, but he kind of does it for fun. And he was telling me, he missed his goal this year. Last year he made 71. This year he made 36. And I'm like, you got to understand, everybody is suffering right now because everybody is doing this right now, and there's just no room to make money anymore. So he's coming in there 365 days a year, and he's making $100 or less. That's with the free play that he's getting. And he knows what he's doing, and he's been doing it for a while, and he understands when to get in at the right time and when not to, and he doesn't play any high-risk plays to keep his variance down. So it's understandable. It's really hard to make money right now. But I ended up with one play, and did okay on there. It wasn't a big play. It was a $2 a spin play, and took a while, but ended up making 114 plus 114 on that. So we're over 1,000 for the day today, over 1,000 yesterday, and I was able to do some other stuff this morning, make a little bit more money, like another 100 and whatever it was, 180 or something like that this morning, and everything is good. So let's do our segments, but we're not going to leave after that because we still got other money to make. So let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? I went to an ethnic market and had a rice bowl with like some vegetables and chicken, and some sauteed vegetables and things like that. It was real good, and I would give that a 9 on a scale of 2 through 8. So it was okay, but nothing to write home about. And let me think here, did I eat anything else? I think that's all I ate. And I wanted to mention that this place here used to give me 25 and then eventually 15 and then 10 and now 0 in free food a week. So I guess me having a big month here last month didn't help things out. So no free food today. And then what did you tip today, MW? And did I cop over there? No. Today I tipped, see, I played 1 session of blackjack only. That's crazy to think I only played 1 session. I tipped him nothing. So overall I tipped $0 and didn't have any need for a waitress or anything like that. So no money spent on anything like that. Yeah, right now, at least I had a nice conversation with that guy too. Which is important. Even if it's like a 2-minute conversation and you have like 2 of them in a day, it helps like keep you in the real world. You're not just in the world of magical numbers in your head and thinking about grinding and what's the next grind and oh man, I'm wasting time here. I've been here 20 minutes. I'm not that tired. Let me move on and all that. To actually stop and talk to someone for a few minutes can make a big difference. So anyway, I'm going to check my email. I think there was a few emails I wanted to reply to, but I hadn't had a chance to for a while. So let me take a look at that, and I'll be back with you. And then we're going to hit at least one other casino. I'll be back. All right, guys, as I'm continuing my trip right now, I'm heading toward home. Going to stop at home and have dinner with the family, all that stuff, and then head out again to another casino and try to continue on with our day. So right now it's about 4 in the afternoon, still heading toward home, and then we'll go from there. But I want to try to get at least one more session in, and I just wasn't able to make all the stops that I wanted to today, and didn't get a chance to play that much blackjack today. So if I could just get another $200 or $300 or $400, I'd be happy. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. So I am just leaving the house, had dinner and all that, and just leaving the house. Gonna head over to one casino and see if we can make a little bit more money. So you remember my neighbor recently had a kid, and I think I said they had 6 kids, all of them at home, and the one is now old enough that they can get visitors. So my daughters went over there to take a look. So they're over there seeing the new baby. And then some of the kids are at the hardware store picking out something. And I got one kid at home who's breaking a Rubik's Cube and trying to put it back together. So that's what's happening at my house at the moment. I am heading out. I'm going to try to make a little bit more money. I did not put anything into the spreadsheet yet. I will put it in there tonight and see where we are. Hopefully we have a nice profit at this place, and then hopefully we'll be done. So tomorrow, though, never say never here, because tomorrow is Tuesday. Well, it should be a low-risk day. I was going to say it could still fall below the goal if we had a bad day, but Tuesday at the office is just 2 stops at a casino, so shouldn't really be too much risk there. So alright, so heading out there now. Temperature was in the mid-40s, now it fell back into the mid-30s. It's 36 outside, and I'll be back to update you here shortly. Alright, real quick, I want to talk about dealer errors. And I don't often talk about it, but I see a lot of dealer mistakes. I would say multiple mistakes a week, and sometimes it's in my benefit, sometimes other people's benefits, and I keep my mouth shut. So I will let the dealer pay me out. I will let it sit there for a second, and then I will pick it up and put it in my stack, and we'll move on to the next hand, and then it's a done deal. So I give them a few seconds to realize their mistake. Once they put the cards away, then I reach for my chips. As far as other people, same thing with them. I'm not going to turn them in and say, no, you paid that guy and he shouldn't have gotten paid. None of my business. It's a transaction between the dealer and the other person, and if they overpaid them, it's not my problem, and I stay out of it. Now, what do you do when there's a dealer mistake? You got to use your own judgment as far as what to do during the hand. So sometimes the dealer will misdeal. They'll deal the cards in the wrong place, or deal too early, or whatever. So let's say I'm at first base, you're at second base. I take a hit, but they skip me and give you the card. Then they're going to call the pit boss over, and they're going to ask us, they're going to say, okay, you've got a 14 against a 10, Mr. MW, what do you want to do? You have a choice of either hitting or staying or canceling the hand and getting your money back. And I'm going to look at the situation and make the best decision I can. Other times, I may be at third base, and I'm the one who received the card, and they're going to give me a choice and say, all right, well, you had a 15, and you were going to stay, but they gave you a card and it's a 4. Do you want to keep it, or do you want us to burn it? And then you're going to say, well, I'm probably going to keep it because now I have a 19. So you're going to make your best decision. And lots of times it doesn't matter. You're going to lose anyway, or you're going to make the wrong decision, and you're going to be really upset with the dealer because if they hadn't made that mistake, you would have won the hand. But because they made the mistake and they hit you, now you have a 20. So you say, okay, I'll take the card, and the dealer would have busted with that card. Instead of you having a 20, the dealer would have busted. Instead, now the dealer has a 21, and now you're pissed off. But that's life. There's not much you can do about that. They're going to give you the choice most of the time, especially if it's a good pit boss. And if you make the wrong decision, then you live with it, because you're going to make a decision based on EV and what makes the most sense to you. So we'll keep it at that. And if you think that a dealer made a mistake, feel free to ask. I mean, I will usually ask, and if it's only like the hand before and they haven't started the next hand, then they'll get the cards out and look at them and verify, and it's not a big deal. Now, if it's a min bet and you've been spreading 1 to 20 and you don't want them looking at the film, maybe you eat that loss and you just let it go. So think about that when you're in that situation as well. Then as far as cashing out, remember, dealer mistake is one thing, and if they overpay you, it's your money. But when you get to the cashier, if they overpay you and you realize it, you really should say something and give it back, because at that point it could be a legal issue for you. I'm not a lawyer, but this is what I've heard lawyers say. Now, if you don't notice it, or you want to act like you don't notice it, that's up to you. You better do a good job acting. But if you have one $500 chip and they pay you $3,000, you probably should say something, right? Now, if you remember, I was overpaid a couple thousand at the table about 2 or 3 months ago. And that was their problem. Once they give me the chips, they're my chips. That day, I cashed out some of them, and I had someone else cash out some of them, and that it was over, and I never heard about it again. So everything ended up being okay. But just be very careful and be very tactful and understand what the law is, and make good decisions. So we'll just leave it at that. So at this point, hopefully I don't have a problem here going through that yellow light. At this point, I'm still on my way to this casino, and I'll come back and we'll talk some more. All right, guys, as I am leaving, it's about midnight now, and that was a long one for sure. And I got the points that I needed without a multiplier tonight. I got like 3,000 points tonight, so I should be fine. I did talk to a guy, well, a couple things. So first of all, I talked to another player services person who was clueless, but then I talked to someone who was a host who'd been doing this for a while, and he said that the point multiplier will come. It might be as late as January 1st or 2nd, but it will be added to this year's points. So that is like 10,000 points right there. I'm only 8,500 short, so I should be at least 1,500 to the good, if not more, because I just checked my points as I left, and I know they haven't fully updated, so I might be 2,000 over what I need. So I should be just fine. Now, as far as how I did, that's a different story. I took a ride like you wouldn't believe. I played all the games I was supposed to play, and then started looking for iffy stuff, and then started playing miscellaneous stuff, and just kept going and going. And anytime I was finding things that were close, I was playing them. I was up as much as, I don't know, maybe 350, and down as much as probably 2,600, something like that. And I was in there for at least a couple hours, and I ended up leaving slightly ahead, plus 128. I know it's late, and I have to get up in about 6 hours for work, and I have to go in the office. I got to get everything ready to go for that. It's going to be a whirlwind tomorrow. I may not be able to get out tomorrow to even play, just because things have been so busy, and I've been gone for a week, essentially. So I got a lot of catching up to do. And the person who's retiring, it's their last day tomorrow. So what's going on here? They fixed this exit? Okay. So that's going to be a big thing too, is making sure all the knowledge transfer is complete with that. So big day tomorrow, and I feel like it's no problem now. I got the points that I need, and that's all good. I also feel like I made it to my goal for the year. I'll check the credit card and see if that's ready to get the points cashed in. But if not, I think I still made it anyway. So all that is good. Right now it's 37 degrees. It's dark. It's actually a little bit busy as far as traffic. And we're heading toward home. And I'll try to update my spreadsheet tonight. I really will try to do it if I have the energy, and then I'll have some solid numbers for you tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So that's going to be it for right now. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.